Alright, so when we want to decide which number is the biggest from this array, so remember we've got this array now that's full of numbers. So if you want the biggest one, what do you think we'll do to get the biggest one? Wants to give us an idea. Algorithm wise, what do you think we can do to get, if I want, because we've got an array with numbers, it's not sorted and I don't want to sort it. So I know one cheat method that some people do sometimes, they sort it from high to low and then they only display the first one. So that will show me the highest one. But let's say I want the biggest one, but without sorting the array. Does anybody have an idea for me? How do you think we might be able to? So, will we need to go through the array? What do you think? Yes. So as soon as we answer that question and we say yes, we have to go through the array, what does that tell us? What do we need? Yes, a for loop. So you ask yourself, to get the biggest, do I need to check all the numbers? Yes, I do. That means for loop. And my for loop, we know we've got 0 to 19, 20 numbers. So I need a for loop. So we just do that. Now we've got our for loop. So now let's think. What do you think to get the highest one? So I gave you a tip. We'll need a variable height to solve this problem. So what do you think? How will we be able to get the highest? Any ideas? No one left? No ideas. All right. Okay, so now I'll give you another tip. We want to put the highest one in high. So at the end, we're going to display the variable high, which will be the highest number. And initially, we'll just say high must get a value of a very low number. So we'll say like 0 before we start the loop. Any ideas what we can do now inside this for loop? So inside this for loop, there'll be 2 lines of code we need. Any ideas from any of you? Maybe Ethan, Radia, or Navashan, Nolwanle. Um, oh, so what we did with this, we just, our high variable, we just want to give a starting value. So, but obviously I don't, if I put in, let's say I start high with a big number, that means high will automatically be the biggest. And I don't want high to be the biggest. I just want to give it a number to start somewhere. But I want now, once I start comparing it to all the numbers in my array, I want those numbers to automatically then be the biggest, one of them. Because the question wants us to show the biggest number in the array. So I can't start this now with a big number because then it might be bigger than all the numbers in the array. And then that would be good. So when we want the biggest, we'll start with a low number. And if we want the lowest, we'll start with a high number. So that we can automatically, all the numbers in the array will automatically be smaller or bigger than that number. So that we don't get this starting value as an answer. Yes. So how do I do that? Yes, well done. So if what? Okay. So my array at position I want to, yeah, if it is, yes. So if the number in my array is greater than I, what do I want to do then? Let's quickly see. Alright, so let's assume we've got these numbers. Alright, so what we did now, so we've got an array with numbers, and now what we went and did, we created another variable. So that's our rnum, and this one we called high num. So what I did, I put a 0 initially in there. Now what we're doing is we're taking a for loop to go through this, and we're comparing the 23 to the high. And if the 23 is greater than the 0, then we want to put the 23 there. Then we want to go to the next one. Then we see, is 4 greater than 23? No, it's not. Then we go to the next one. Is 34 greater than 23? Yes, it is. Then we want to put 34 there. Then we go to the next one. Is 5 greater than 34? No, it's not. Is 23 greater than 34? No, it's not. Is 65 greater than 34? Yes, it is. Then we want to put 65 there. Then we go to the next one. Is 78 greater than 65? Yes, it is. Then we want to put 78 there. Then is 34 greater than 78? No, it's not. Is 23 greater than 78? No, it's not. And then we display this one, which will automatically be the highest one. You see, so we compare each of these numbers to that number, and every time we get a bigger one, we put the bigger one in there. So that this one will build up until it is the highest one of all. Alright, so we started high at a low number, so that we can go through the array and compare each of those numbers to high. Once we get a number that's greater than high, what do we want to do? Yes. So we compare each of the numbers, and as soon as we get a bigger one, we take that number and put it into high. And then we go to the next one and see, is it that one there bigger than high? If it is, put it in. If not, do nothing. That carries on through everything, and at the end we just display high. And that is the highest number. Easy stuff. Uh, that's it. Yeah. Arrays is not that difficult. Once you understand these concepts, you'll see it's really actually easier than you would think. That's literally all you do. So what we did, let's quickly run through this one again, this side. So what we did initially, we put a 0 in there. So now array num is going to go through, because of the for loop, we're going to take each of these numbers one at a time. So we start with the first number, and we'll just see, is this number greater than that one? And if it is, then we want to give this number to high. So high should become 23 now. So we want to now, every time we get a bigger number, we want to put the bigger number into high and then carry on. And as soon as we get another bigger number, we want to take that number and put it into high. So that at the so that at the so that at the end the highest number is inside high. and then we can just display it. So that's what we do here. So if our array num_i is greater than high, that meant we rather want to keep this one. So we take that number and put it into high. Then we carry on looking. And every time we get a number that's bigger than high, we'll take that number and put it into high. So that after this for loop, after it went through all 20 numbers, high will have the highest number. All right. And it is short, but